I'm singing a Nirguni Bhajan by Sant Gorakshanath. And as all of you know, I sing a lot of compositions of Pandit Kumar Gandharva because he has been my inspiration since I knew how to sing, since I wanted to sing. So there's a lot of impact of Kumarji's thought on my singing, and of course I've learned with Pandit Mukulji, which was again my huge fortune that I was able to learn under his guidance. So this is a Nirguni Bhajan. I'll be singing a Saguni Bhajan after this. And there's a distinct difference between Nirguni and Saguni. So Saguni is praise of the Lord. It can be anyone. It can be Saraswati, it can be Pandurang, it can be any god. And you praise the God with all your heart, and that's what a Saguni Bhajan is. And a Nirguni Bhajan is when you shift your vision inwards, when you use those two eyes to look inside, truly, with all your heart in pure intent of finding the music, the truth, you come to know that the Atmaram, the Lord, the light, the energy is just inside you.
Beautiful.
And we are so blind that we are, searching for that outside. We are going to temples, we are doing a lot of things, we are doing rituals, we are doing so many things. But Nirguni philosophy tells us that don't go anywhere, just sit and close your eyes, and then you'll see the light, the energy. And it's so fascinating. I can share my own experience, but this experience is very, very hard to put in words, very hard to express. That is why it's called an experience. Everybody's experience is unique, and it's called Anubhuti. You have to experience it. You have to experience the bliss, the joy, which makes you understand how small you are in this big picture. And to understand how small you are, everybody has a lot of ego, and it just bloats you. And you feel that, oh my God, I'm so important. And I'm indispensable. But in nature, nobody is indispensable. Nobody. You learn to understand this when you are true and honest to the Sur. For me, my music is my source of energy, my source of light. And the place where I surrender myself completely to that inner music. And that inner music is something which is so personal. That is why when I sit, of course I have, there's a contract between you and me. As an audience, you come with certain expectations, and as a professional singer, I am bound to fulfill those expectations. That is the reason why you buy the tickets and come to listen to me. But there is a very thin line between entertaining and forgetting and surrendering yourself to that inner music. So I do that a lot, especially when I sing Nirguni Bhajan and especially when I sing classical. Because I go on my own journey, and that has been happening a lot lately, where I have shared this yesterday. It's like, like standing on top of the Empire State Building and just flinging yourself. Just flinging yourself. And I fling myself every time. I don't know where I'm going to land. That journey is so beautiful that I know that I'll land at some place where, which is very, very beautiful and which is like heaven. And the beauty is letting yourself go every time in that flow. So I don't know what I'm going to create or what I'm going to discover. Sorry, not create, but discover. And that process of discovery is so unique and so beautiful each time. Even if I'm singing the same rag, the same bandish, I'm creating a completely different picture every time. And it's not in front of me. That's the beauty. The picture is not in front of me, but it happens while I'm doing it. It is just there, but I don't understand it's there. I don't know if you're getting me. Sorry. But after I finish, sometimes it happens that oh my God, what was this? So beautiful. And sometimes, my God, what did I do? And that is the beauty of music. That you learn from your mistakes, and you have to make these mistakes. If you don't make mistakes, you are not a human. And I love to make mistakes, but I follow one thing: I don't make that same mistake every time. I make new mistakes. I tell all my students that make mistakes, but make new mistakes every time. Because you're not perfect, you're not meant to be perfect, that's why you're human. But when you make new mistakes, the joy of, stumbling onto something very beautiful is so much more than falling. You know that you don't know if you're going to, land there. If you fall, oh my God, I'll not go that way. I'll follow a different path. So that path leads you to this energy. And when you experience that, it really makes you realize that you are nobody. And that's what, whenever I get up, whenever I sleep, whenever I'm doing anything, I always, think of my grandfather. Always. Even when you saw me doing this, that was, paying my respects to my grandfather. And after every concert, whenever I get a lot of applause, I get very kind audiences like you. My grandfather comes in front of me and tells me, Rahul, do you know that you don't know anything about music? I'm serious, it's not modesty, it's reality. And I'm not a modest person at all. But this is the first thing that my Guruji, Mukul Kaka, told me. After I had learned music for more than 13-14 years, when he came and sat in front of me, the first thing he told me was, Rahul, do you know you don't know squat about music? And it was a very genuine reply. I said, yes, I know, I don't know anything. I want to learn. And that is the approach. Whenever I'm doing anything, especially musically, I don't sing for applause. I have never sung for applause. I know how to make you clap. So those are tricks of the trade. But if I am able to reach inside and if I am able to, you know, feel that joy, I know that you're going to, this is, this kind of joy you cannot contain. You cannot contain within yourself, you have to share it. And that's what happens. Because every time I experience that, I see people, you know, crying. I see people getting their eyes well up. They come, some people touch my feet. I feel so, my God, it's not me. Because when I sing after the concert, I am me. I am not this singer or I am not that person. So I just want you to know, in this bhav, I will sing the Nirguni Bhajan. And it will hit you, because this is pure music. These the what do you call? It's called a लगाव, सुर का लगाव. तो जो सुर का लगाव है, उसमें वो जो 22 श्रुति है, उससे परे है ये. And still it is musical. See, I'll show you.